Hi everyone, I want to welcome you to MLS 5360. I'm your instructor, Arthur Aguirre. I'm excited to teach this course. It's one of my favorite courses to teach, one of our electives, Leadership on the Border. So I want to go over a few things about the course that you should know as we head into it. This is taught with a focus on describing the people, the history, and the culture along the border. So the first part of the semester we'll be doing that, establishing that, understanding that, so then we can get into later concepts about leadership and inclusive leadership and all the different things that go into understanding what it means to lead in a place like the border. So let's go ahead and get started here. Here is all my information. Like I said, my name is Arthur Aguirre. My office is in Kelly Hall 220, in case you want to stop by. My office hours this semester are going to be on Tuesdays from 1:30 to 4:30 p.m. I know for some folks that's when you're at work. So if that doesn't work for you, please don't let that be a reason why you won't reach out to me. Just shoot me an email and we can figure out a day and time that works. That said, when I'm at my in-person office hours, I also have online office hours at the same time. So I'll have Zoom open during that same time. The Zoom link is on Blackboard, so you can find it there. So you can drop in during my office hours, whether you want to do that in person in my office or from your office or at home, whatever it might be. But you have options of doing it both virtually or in person. But again, please contact me if that doesn't work for you. The email address that you can reach me at is found. You can find that on Blackboard as well, and that is how you reach me. Like, don't try to message me using the Blackboard messaging function. I find that it's not as easily accessible to me using the Blackboard app, so it is much better for me if you email me so I can respond to you a lot faster. In terms of things to think about for the course moving forward, one thing I did want to do for this course is not have a textbook. I think there are already plenty of things that are expensive about grad school, and I know you have other courses where you have to worry about getting a book, but not for this one. So it is all completely either chapters I've already uploaded onto Blackboard or journal articles that I've put it up on Blackboard as well. So you can find everything on there. You don't have to purchase anything for the course. Make sure you have an internet connection because everything that we do is on Blackboard. Make sure you have a UTEP email address, and then you should be good to go for the course. Like I mentioned, everything that we do is going to be on Blackboard in terms of how you submit your assignments, where I post your grades. I know it's an online course, so when it comes to participation, it's a little bit different. But part of the participation is you engaging in the discussion boards, making sure it's sufficient discussion. It's not just surface level and that you're really getting into some of these ideas and concepts. I put the word diversity there because I think we all have to understand that we're all different people. We come from different backgrounds, and we need to respect each other and the identities that we have. So as long as we're having that, kind of ties along with online etiquette. So as long as we are respecting each other and having respectful conversations online, we should be just fine. In terms of ADA accessibility, if you have any needs that need to be met, please make sure you reach out to CAS. They'll reach out to me, and we can make whatever accommodations we need. In terms of some of my own kind of rules or guidelines for the course, I typically don't allow late assignments. Now, I know life is busy. I know we have a lot of things going on, so if something does come up, just reach out to me and we can see if we can figure something out. I try to be pretty on top of uploading grades every week. If you see that you're not getting the grade that you expected, please reach out to me. I try to provide some feedback. And as we go through the assignments, I'll let you know some of the common mistakes people make. But in terms of grade appeals, if there's something you don't like about your grade, you got to wait 24 hours before you start yelling at me, and then you got to come to me within a week so we can talk about it. In terms of ethics and academic dishonesty, I don't feel like you should ever feel, or I hope that you never feel that you're in a position where you need to plagiarize. Right? I try to give you as much support as possible. I have a whole folder on Blackboard in terms of resources for your final paper, and I try to provide as much guidance as possible so you don't have to feel that pressure. But if you're confused about anything, if you have any issues with anything, please just reach out to me so we can figure something out. That goes into instructor-student communication. The sooner that there's a problem, the sooner you should bring that up to me. The last thing that I want is it is last week of class and you reach out to me and say, hey, I have a C in the course. How can I get an A? That's not going to work. So as soon as there's a problem, make sure that you reach out to me as quickly as you can. And in terms of the expectations for work, this is a graduate level course, right? So I'm not treating you all like undergraduates. You all are full-fledged adult graduate students. I just need to see that you are putting in the necessary effort on your assignments, on your discussion boards, I know it can be pretty easy, especially on discussion boards, to treat them not as formal, graduate assignments, but please still put in the necessary effort on those as well. And that's what I'll be looking for, is that I can see you're putting the necessary effort into all of your assignments. Now, in terms of those specific assignments, I try to keep it as streamlined as possible. You have your discussion boards where you have to have your original post, and then you have to have at least 2 responses, and whether that is two responses, so 1 to 2 different students, or if you and one student end up having like a really good conversation on Blackboard and you respond to each other multiple times, that'll count as well. As long as you have at least 2 responses on Blackboard, you're good to go. Participation, that should be an easy buffer to your grade. But if I see that you're missing assignments, if I see you're not engaging as much, that's where you can start losing some points. Also, in terms of the discussion board, the easiest way that people lose points is, 1, they do not either respond at all, or they only respond to one person, or only have 1 response, or they're just too short. So those are the easy ways of losing points on your Blackboard discussion. We have your mid-semester assignment, and then we have our final paper, and let me go over those real quickly. In terms of your mid-semester assignment, I wanted to give you all some options. So it is up to you on what you want to do for this mid-semester assignment. Your first option is to do a leadership interview with someone who understands what it means to lead on the border. That should be an 18 to 25 minute interview, whether that's just audio or whether you do that. Let's say you do it on Zoom and you record it on Zoom, because I know even with the free version, you should be able to record 18 to 25 minutes. You get your interview, you upload it to YouTube, and then you provide that link on our discussion board for the mid-semester assignment, and that's how you complete that assignment. If that doesn't sit right with you, you can do a leadership demonstration. The easiest way I can explain that is, if this was an in-person class, I would have some of the students choose a week out of the class, and they lead the class that day. So that's what you do in your leadership demonstration. You choose some of the readings, or one of the readings from our, the entire course, and you present some of the concepts in a leadership demonstration type video. I've had some students who get really creative and they do activities with their family at home or whatever they might be. Because we have some folks who are in the military, they do it because they're deployed, and they do it with some of the folks that they have with them over there. It is completely up to you. And I've had some folks who just like set up a camera, like their iPhone or whatever, on their kitchen table, and then they just go over some of the main points of the reading. The way you handle that leadership demonstration is completely up to you. It needs to be 10 to 12 minutes. Same thing like the leadership interview, you upload that video up to YouTube, and then you provide that link in the mid-semester assignments discussion board that I have on Blackboard. If that doesn't work for you, you can do a local leadership profile. That's for folks who prefer writing over doing kind of some of this interactive stuff or recording themselves. And you just write a 4 to 5 page paper on a leader who leads on the border. And if none of those work for you and you have something else in mind, we can get creative. Just talk to me within the first couple of weeks of the class, and I can let you know if what you have in mind can work. And if it doesn't work, we can figure out maybe how we can make some adjustments to make it work. For your final paper, it needs to be 10 to 12 pages. It is 5 to 8 sources. At least four of those have to be academic articles. If you want to make all of them academic articles, you're more than welcome to do that. I have a video in your online resources folder showing how to access the library database, which can be really helpful in finding some of these academic articles. But only 3 of those articles can come from our reading list, because we have quite an extensive reading list for the semester. So only 3 of those can be from our reading list. Has to be properly formatted, whether you want to do MLA or APA format. I just need to see that it's there. If you use APA format, you do not need an abstract, but you do need a cover page and a reference page. And you'll be answering this prompt. What characteristics, traits, and/or approaches are necessary to successfully lead an organization or team that operates on the U.S.-Mexico border? Completely up to you on how you want to structure that. If you need some help in terms of maybe an outline that could work, I'm more than happy to provide that for you. But that is essentially what your final paper is. So as we continue going through the semester, I would encourage you, whether you're printing these articles out, you're reading them on your tablet or whatever, highlight some of the concepts, some of the ideas that really stick out to you, and that can help you start building the pieces of this final paper together. So that is all your assignments. That's everything basically that you need to know from the course. The last couple things I'll say is, 1, this course is taught from a pro-immigrant position. So in my mind, immigrants are integral to the border. And that is why I take so much time at the beginning of this course to highlight the people and the places and the culture of the border and what it means to be from the border and live and operate and work on the border. All that being said, when it comes to the readings, it can be a lot, especially if you haven't been in grad school. Let's say you just started this program this semester, you might be a little bit overwhelmed, especially because some folks might be accustomed to using a textbook, and so it might be a little bit different going through some of these chapters and articles. I encourage you to take your time with these readings, search the words you do not understand or you do not know, but don't focus on the details too much. Really try to focus on understanding the core concepts and some of the broader and larger ideas. So, like I said, I'm really excited to be teaching this course. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, and I look forward to a great semester with you.